It was a beautiful day in Adventure Bay, and the Paw Patrol was excited to spend their day off together. Ryder had planned a fun outing to the carnival that had just come to town, and the pups couldn't wait to try out all of the rides and games. As they arrived at the carnival, they were greeted by the sound of laughter and music. The smell of freshly fried funnel cakes and cotton candy filled the air, making the pups' mouths water. They ran through the gates, eager to explore everything the carnival had to offer. The first ride they came across was the Ferris wheel, and Skye was the first to suggest they go on it. The other pups eagerly agreed, and they climbed into the colorful cars and strapped themselves in. As the wheel started to turn, the pups marveled at the view of Adventure Bay from above. They could see the entire town laid out before them, from the beach to the park to their own lookout tower. As they reached the top of the ride, they noticed a commotion on the ground below. A group of people had gathered around a tall tent in the center of the carnival, and they seemed to be watching something very exciting. "What's going on down there?" Ryder asked, squinting to get a better look. "It looks like some kind of show," Marshall replied, his eyes wide with excitement. "Let's go check it out," Ryder said, and the pups all nodded in agreement. They made their way through the crowds and found themselves at the entrance to the tent. A sign above the entrance read Tightrope Walker's death-defying feats of balance and courage. The pups were immediately intrigued and rushed inside. Inside the tent, they found a large stage with a long, thin wire stretched across it. On one end of the wire stood a brave tightrope walker, balancing precariously as he made his way across the wire. The pups watched in awe as the man walked back and forth, never once losing his balance. Suddenly, there was a loud crack and the wire snapped. The tightrope walker lost his footing and began to fall, but before he could hit the ground, Ryder and the pups sprang into action. Marshall used his ladder to catch the falling man, while Skye used her helicopter to lift him safely to the ground. The pups worked quickly to secure the tightrope walker and make sure he was okay. Once they were sure the man was safe, they turned their attention to the broken wire. "We have to fix this, before someone else gets hurt," Ryder said. Chase used his police cruiser to fetch a new length of wire, while Rocky used his tools to repair the broken section. In no time at all, the wire was as good as new and the pups were ready to test it out. The tightrope walker, grateful for the pups' quick thinking and bravery, asked if they would like to try their hand at tightrope walking. The pups were hesitant at first, but with Ryder's encouragement, they all decided to give it a try. One by one, the pups took their turn on the wire, each of them finding their own unique way to balance and walk across. Skye flew across on her helicopter, while Marshall used his ladder to climb up and down the wire. Chase used his police cruiser to drive across, while Rocky used his tools to hammer in nails and create a path for himself. As the pups completed their turns, the tightrope walker applauded and praised their skills. "You pups have a natural talent for tightrope walking," he said. "I've never seen anything like it." The pups beamed with pride at the compliment and thanked the tightrope walker for the opportunity to try something new. They spent the rest of the day at the carnival, trying out all of the rides and games and having a great time together. As the sun began to set and the carnival started to close down, the pups reluctantly made their way back to the lookout tower. They were tired but happy, having had a fun and exciting day at the carnival. As they climbed into bed that night, the pups couldn't help but smile as they thought about their adventure as tightrope walkers. It was a day they would never forget, and one they knew they would always look back on with pride. "Good night, pups," Ryder said as he turned off the lights. "We'll have to do something like this again sometime." "Definitely," the pups all replied in unison, already looking forward to their next adventure.